Hello, it is Wednesday. Welcome back for another weekly vlog. I am happy that I'm vlogging today. I almost left and said, I'll just do it tomorrow. But you know, Monday and Tuesday were a little harder. Monday we didn't have any meetings, but I spent my time getting work done. And then by the time that I was gonna get my camera out, I was ready to go home. Then Tuesday we had meetings. So here we are, Wednesday. Let me show you what we're doing this week. So, first of all, those of you that are new here, my name is Kristen Langford. I am a teacher in Florida and I teach pre-K. It is a blended classroom, so I have some students that have IEPs and then some typical students that are just here for the VPK curriculum using their voluntary pre-kindergarten certificate for Florida. So we can start with what our theme is this week. This week is letter Q, as you can see there, and then our theme is ponds. So we've been learning about spring last week, so we introduced like chicks and what was spring and then Easter, so you know, it all kind of blends together. But this week we're being more specific about pond and the animals that live in a pond. And then next week we are going to do plants, which is still kind of part of spring, but like plant parts. So we have a new poem that is called The Frog. It's the shortest poem, but I couldn't really find anything else. I wanted to do 5 green and speckled frogs, but kind of long, so we just sang that song this week, and for the poetry notebook just did a short poem. So since during that time in our day we do that right before nap, since the poem is so short, I'm adding in some extra read aloud. So let me show you some of those books. All right, so here's my pile of good stuff. Let's see, just gonna spread them all out. Oh dear. Okay, so here's the 5 Green and Speckled Frogs book version. We're also using it on YouTube to do a nice fun song. This is 5 Little Ducks book version for Mama Duck Said Quack, 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 Quack. One of my students in my class loves this song, and they haven't been here this week, but we are gonna read that one and do that song. This book is so cute. It's Jumpstart Read for the Record, and it's called Quackers. It is the cutest little book. It's about this cat right here who thinks he's a duck, and he like lives in a pond, and he eats it all and all that stuff, and then he meets another cat, but he thinks it's a duck, and then the cat starts laughing like, I'm not a duck, you're a cat, and learns things that cats like, and then at the end decides that he spends his mornings with the cats, and then he spends his evenings with the ducks, and he is not a cat or a duck, he is both, and he is Quackers. Just a cute little read aloud. I really liked it, and the illustrations are adorable. Today, for our actual reading lesson, we read Jump Frog Jump, which is amazing for retelling and sequencing, and it also gave a lot of different things that live in a pond. So it goes through, and it's like, you know, the frog eats the fly, and then the fish tries to eat the frog, but then the frog jump, and then the snake eats the fish, so it goes through there. Really cute. Let's see, yesterday, so that was, today is Wednesday. Yesterday we did nonfiction for frogs, and I read this simple book that's like laminated. I got this from a retired kindergarten teacher. So it's like these scholastic books, but then she laminated it and like bound it. I don't know if you can see that. Almost like she like used a sewing machine. I have no idea, but it's awesome. So just the life cycle of a frog, and then in our little Play-Doh containers, we have the life cycle of the frog, so we talked about that. And then I have a nonfiction. Here it is. We went through this one. We did not read all this, but we kind of talked about the pictures, talked about how they're poisonous, the biggest one, the littlest one. My kids love nonfiction. And then on Monday, we read I'm a Duck by Eve Bunting. Really, really cute as well. I pretty much love all books though. But it was about a duck who was scared to swim because in the beginning, he fell into the water when he was just an egg and his mom saved him. So everybody else was swimming and he was scared to swim. So we started practicing in like a little puddle, and then by the end, he was able to swim with the other ducks, although he swam backwards. It's so cute. Okay, and then let's see, we still have these books left. So Have You Seen My Duckling, this little quack one, and then some more nonfiction for turtles and alligators. We also have not read our letter Q book, which is about a quail. So tomorrow for our actual lesson, we will read Q the Quiet Quail. And then those extra books that are over there about the pond will just be read-alouds. Okay, so that was all the books for the entire week, and then I will show you the poem. And we did our capital Q Queen, so I can show you that. Let's see, oh, our centers. We have our 3 reading, like literacy centers, and then our 3 math centers that I can show you. And then I feel like that's it for now, and I'm gonna go home and I'll share the rest of our week with you. So let me show you. This is our frog poem. Like I said, super short. I need to like draw a frog on there or something to fill it, but it's still cute. It has frog and log, and then bee and me for rhyming. Today we did taking like the beginning of the word off. So I said like croak, say croak. Now say croak without saying crrr, and they said oak. So that was pretty fun. Also, look how good we got new jobs, and my schedule helper is on it. Remembered everything, obviously except go home, because we went home. Okay, so small group. It's been a little wonky this week in small group because one of my paras has not been feeling well, so she's been out. So we kind of had to combine some groups, and now it's a little messed up. We don't know which kids have been in where and what they have done and haven't done, but they're still getting small groups, so that's all that matters. All right, so in my small group, I am doing one of our guided reading books. It's Where Is My Egg? Just because it had a chick in it. And the word that we are focusing on is my, so we're doing the same thing with reviewing. This one got a little scratchy, but reviewing, see and can, and then adding my. Some of the lower groups, they're not really worried about the sight words. We're kind of just doing a picture walk and front cover, back cover, how many words are in each sentence, pointing to those words, finding the letter Q, which is not in here, but you know, that kind of concept. So that's what I was doing in my group for reading. And then letter Q books. So we're learning tracing and finding the letter Q for the writing one. This is actually, so that was my guided reading group, but I haven't really been able to do that. I did that with my group on Monday, but then the other 2 days I've been working with the ABC group instead because there's more kids in that. So what we were doing is these, it has a capital letter on it. And then we have ducks, frogs, and fish, and they have the lowercase letters on it. So here's the fish, and then the frogs. And so we spread out the ponds everywhere, and I would give the kids like a lowercase letter and say, you know, what's this letter? What sound does it make? And then they had to find the uppercase and put the duck in the pond. That was pretty quick with a lot of my groups because they are getting really good at letters and sounds. So then after that, we collected the ducks and frogs and fish, and then I had them put the letters in order. So we went through the alphabet and we like lined them all up across the rug. And after they were all lined up, we just like, you know, made sure, which is a skill in and of itself that they have to like, you know, sing the ABCs over and over again. But then they had to close their eyes, and I took away some letters from the letter train, and they were asked to find the missing letter. Like, what letter did I take away? That was really fun. They, actually some of them really impressed me with knowing without even singing the ABCs, so pretty cool. And I also was just extending the lesson because we needed more time. Okay, so for math groups, we have the same concept with the ponds, but this time it's 10 frames, and then on the fish is just a number, so we counted them. We put the fish on the correct number, and then we put the numbers in order, did the missing number. Same concept, just numbers versus letters. My group, I really love this activity. I wish I would have kept the paper to tell you guys what it is, but we're doing pond, and so we saw that there were fish, and we were like, oh, perfect, but then we realized there's jellyfish, and those are in the ocean, but they don't even understand that we themed it for pond. So anyways, what it is there's red, blue, and yellow, and then there's jellyfish, triangle fish, and oval fish. And there's small, medium, and big. So we have all the different ways to sort, and I would basically gave them some cards, and I said, okay, let's make 3 piles. Let's sort them by color. Put all the red, the blue, the yellow. Then we mixed them all back together and said, okay, now we're gonna sort by size, small, medium, large. And then we sorted by shape. the oval, the triangle, jellyfish. I don't know what kind of, the type of fish, I guess. And so we did that like all together with all the cards, and then I gave them some cards of their own and they had to make their own piles. So it was a really good refresher of sorting, and it wasn't just the same old things that you sort all the time, like the bears or the shape counters. It was fun, and animals, which my kids love. And then the other math group is working on writing numbers, because we noticed that they're getting really good at writing their letters, but they're still struggling with knowing not only like what the number looks like if you show it to them, they know what it is, but if you say, write the number 2, they're like, what does that look like? They have to like think about it, and then when they're copying it, it's just not great. So we just got like sentence strips. I don't have an example, and literally just wrote the number 2 like a million times, and then they would trace it, and they talked about the number, and just practicing that skill before we go to kindergarten, because they're gonna need to write those numbers. Said I would show you the queen, but that's in the hallway, so I might show you that tomorrow. I'm ready to go home. My kids are outside on the playground without me watching them, so I should probably go get them. But that is all for now. I will see you tomorrow, hopefully, or at least Friday before we start our weekend. Well, hello. It's Friday, and as you can see, we are not in the classroom. Yesterday was way too crazy for me to record anything, but on Wednesday, we had a sweet little boy come in, and he was sick. He wasn't really feeling well, but he didn't really seem that sick. But we just sent him to the clinic to see how he was feeling. Went home, found out that he was positive for COVID. And so then now we are all quarantined to be safe. That means we are e-learning for pre-K, so it's fun. The little boy is doing fine. The mom felt very bad, obviously. She didn't realize, because he has a lot of sinus issues, so she really thought that's all that was going on with sinuses. But nonetheless, we are doing what protocol says and staying home for 10 days. So my class did e-learning yesterday, and then we did e-learning today, and we will do e-learning all next week, and then we have the weekend, and then we go back to school on that following Monday. So I am going to share with you what I threw together for 2 days of e-learning, and it really was not bad for throwing it together. In the beginning of the year, we actually did 1 week of e-learning. It was like Smart Start Week or something like that. So I used some of the things that I did that week and just tweaked it to go along with what we were already doing at school. The downfall is, in my opinion, it's just a lot of videos. I mean, I can't expect the parents to like have a printer at home and be able to print something out to draw or to do an activity with. So it's a lot of videos, a lot of questions for the kids to answer to their parents, and just fun. We are Zooming every day at 9 o'clock, and we are doing our morning meeting. So I'll show you a PowerPoint that I had that I used in the beginning of the year at school to keep me on track and to like keep the kids on track to know what was going. Now we know our morning meeting so well, we don't even use the PowerPoint, but I'm using the PowerPoint on Zoom, and it was fun. It's been fine. I've had about half the kids in attendance, and it's really not that big of a deal. I mean, we're talking pre-K, so I'm sure it's difficult to get those kids involved on Zoom, but we're doing the best we can, and it's fine. I also wore my shirt. It says dedicated teacher, even from afar. I got it last year when all of COVID came out and we were all e-learning. I got it for Teacher Appreciation Week from one of my students in 1st grade. So perfect opportunity to wear it. All right, let me show you my stuff. This is what I am using for lesson plans. I actually went ahead and added all the days for next week, but I have not planned those yet. So this is Thursday's plan, and it just has social emotional, the songs, reading activity, letter of the week activity, and then a math activity. So for social emotional, I put a link to a story, The Koala Who Could. We have been focusing a lot on like that growth mindset, what we're able to do and not able to do, and trying new things, all that. So this actually worked out well because I don't have this book at school, so it's a good book for them to hear on YouTube. And then I just put a question here: have you ever been scared to try something new? They can talk to their family about it. For songs, I just put these in here for brain breaks. It was pond week, so we've been doing Five Little Ducks, We're Swimming One Day Over the Hills and Far Away. Love that song. And then Five Little Speckled Frogs Who Sat on a Log. And then the Goldfish song is more for the ocean, but my kids love this song for getting their wiggles out, so that was just a bonus. For reading, I put a link to Over and Under the Pond, which was not a book that we were going to read at school, but that's okay. It was really cute, and it talked about the things that you can find over the pond, like the cattail plants and like a boat going over or a turtle being out of the pond, and then some of the animals and things that you find under the pond. And so I just had them name at least 3 things that they remember from the story that were over or under with their family. None of this has to be turned in, so it's, you know, whatever the parents can get done, they get done. The letter of the week was Q, so I just put our learning letter sound song, See It, Say It, Sign It on, and then I put the letter Q song from Jack Hartman, and then draw a picture of something that starts with Q. Once again, it wasn't turned in, so I don't know if they did it or not, and that's okay. And then for math, we are working on addition, so there's this addition song, and I found this marble game that they get to play. So let me show you. If you open up this, hold on, actually, I'm gonna have to pull up the PDF. So I saved it as a PDF for the families, and then here we go. Look at this desktop, so unorganized. So I saved it for a PDF, and then there's links in it. So if they click on the link, I did a lot of the videos on this video link webpage, and it's like a safe link, so it doesn't, the kids can't click on a million other YouTube videos and just keep watching whatever they want, like Peppa Pig on the side. So then they just click the link, and it goes only to that video. So video link, very cool. And then to show you, most of this stuff is pretty easy, the songs, but the addition song, it was actually pretty cute. If you wanted to see which one it was and use it in class, it's the addition song for kids by Boo Boo Gaga. Lovely name. But it was really cute, and it's short and sweet. And then this is the game. It's from ABC Yeah. Addition with manipulatives. And you can, there's like different levels.
Marble math.
So we start with level 1.
5 plus 0.
All of them were within 1 for the first level, so then they can just grab a marble, drag it in, and then obviously 0, they're gonna put none over there. So 5, 0 equals, and then they just click on the answer.
How many is 3
Pretty cute.
plus 0?
Okay, so that was Thursday's plan. Friday's plan is very similar. I'm just gonna go ahead and open up the PDF one so I can show you different links. I did a link to I Can Do Hard Things, and literally the activity was just telling themselves that they can do hard things. For this, I did some songs that were growth mindset. This one is so cute, Maren Morris. I am a big country fan, so loved it. So cute. And then also The Power of Yet from Sesame Street. It's a really funny one. My kids already listened to this one at school. Okay. And then Shake Break by Jack Hartman, just to get those wiggles out. For reading, I found The Quiet Quail, which is those Scholastic books on YouTube. So we watched that one. And this is all independent work. This is like for them to do with their family, not all together. And then on the end, they could pause it and find things that start with the letter Q. For the letter sound, this time I did the Jack Hartman Learning Letter Sounds A to Z. And then the letter Q, I did ABC Mouse. And then for math, I literally put Number Block Show. It's like an 18-minute video of adding with number blocks. And I told the parents on Zoom, like, this is if you can even make it that far. It's really not that serious. And if they had time, they could even use a snack to make groups and add. So kept it pretty simple. I mean, Casey did most of these perfectly fine. When she got to number blocks, she was not interested. So I just said, okay, it's fine. And we moved on. Okay, so that is what I did for independent work. Sorry, this is so, only a computer being recorded. But this is the PowerPoint screen, as you can see. This also is from Hanging with Miss Halsey. I got it on TPT, and it was for Meet the Teacher. So I used it for my Meet the Teacher, and then obviously I'm using it for a million other things. But right here, I just linked our morning welcome song. So when it goes into slideshow, I just screen shared on Zoom and clicked on the morning song, and then we did our song together. Then these are our class commitments. I had pictures on here. I did not go through them because we're not really at school, so we kind of skipped that one. The wishing well that we do. The next one, I have to cover the camera because it shows all the kids' faces. Okay, but on that page with all the kids' faces, I basically just used my cursor to circle, and I called on kids to tell me what that friend's name was and if they saw their face like on the Zoom. Kind of tricky because you have to have gallery view for the kids to be able to see all the kids that are there. So I helped them a little bit. And then this is calendar. So for the calendar one, I had to escape out of the viewing of a slideshow. And then I found this. I wish I had, it doesn't say who it's from, but I just searched it on TPT, and it's interactive. So I deleted all the extra slides. And we basically, you know, what month is it? What number comes next? We add the, you can like click and drag the numbers up there. We talked about the days of the week. And then I put a birthday hat here because it gives you no school or a birthday hat. And I said, this is a day we get to come back to school. So then I went back here, and the next one is song break. So if you click on the words up here, I linked the Days of the Week song by Dr. Jean. And then if you click here, I linked the song for the months of the year by Dr. Jean, like the Macarena months that you do. So we do those songs every day, so that was pretty easy to go. And then our breathing. Yesterday we did the balloon breath. Today we did the pretzel breath. And that's from Conscious Discipline. And then I just put what I sent to the family here. So at school, we go over our daily schedule if anything's changed with the little Velcro papers. So instead of that, I just put this in here, and I talked to the kids a little bit briefly, the ones that were listening, about what they were gonna do later in the day. And then all done. So it's definitely a little different. It's not what we're used to, but I know many of you teachers are out there doing this e-learning thing, and Florida went back to school like fast. So we didn't really have a lot of opportunity to dig around. There's probably other things that I could be doing to make it more engaging, but we're in survival mode right now and doing the best we can. Also today in Zoom, I did still do show and share. So I sent the email last night with the lesson plans, and I said to bring things to the Zoom that start with the letter Q. Just went through each kid, unmuted them. They shared the things that they brought that start with letter Q. We didn't make a poster, but we just talked about it, and then we gave them a round of applause and went through the list. Of course, it has to be letter Q, where there's like not very many things. So all the kids pretty much have the same items, but that's okay. So now I am going to plan for next week. I'm gonna try and get all of them done Monday through Friday and just send the link out all together. The morning meeting Zoom link is not changing, so I sent that out. It's the same link, I just repeated it. And that's pretty much it. As far as like COVID wise, I have no symptoms. Casey has no symptoms. We are going to get a test, but we want to wait for the right amount of days from exposure. I'm not really sure. We really don't have symptoms, so they said we don't need to get a test, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. And that's about it. This is the world we're living in right now. Also, these earrings are super fun. They're like costume jewelry, and I bought them on Amazon. It's like a 90-something pack of earrings. They're not all like this, but it's like several packs of 6 earrings, 3 studs, and then like 3 dangly earrings. And they're very cheap. Some of them were already broken when they came, but it was like $22, and I just love dangly earrings. I feel like it engages the kids to look at you too. I don't know if that's true, but I do like them. So anyways, thanks for watching. I know this is a little bit of a different video, but you know, it is what it is. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, that notification bell, and we will keep bringing videos to you. Thanks.